Hello and welcome to Yoga on Your Moon Part 2. My name is Gabrielle and I will be with you for a few minutes this session just to talk about the energy of inner spring. And then Kyla will be with you to take over, to take that energy into a practice. So the energy of inner spring is the part of the menstrual cycle which is really what we call a second phase. So we've been through our menstrual phase, which is the beginning and the end. And during that phase, we've really turned inward and rested and reflected, and we've received a seed of our truth that we know we want to plant in our garden. And so the energy of inner spring is all about planting that seed that we've received into our garden. The inner springtime is a wonderful, wonderful phase because our energy begins to return. Usually during menstruation we feel tired, we're quiet and we're introverted, and then what happens after a few days is that our energy begins to slowly pick up again. Our hormones shift and our estrogen slowly starts to rise, and so we can really feel that energy quite palpably in our bodies. So this phase of the cycle is really associated with inspiration and motivation. So we begin to feel excited and inspired and ready to do lots and lots of things. Now the challenge of this phase is that we don't overdo it by getting so excited and so inspired that we overcommit ourselves and feel frenzied. So we want to walk through our inner spring calmly but with excitement. So this is the time to begin to court new ideas and fresh inspiration. So we'll plant our seeds in the garden and we'll also thin out some of the rows. We'll begin to thin some of the things that we don't really need to take with us during this cycle. Because we received that seed at menstruation of our truth, we now know what it is we most want to plant this cycle. And so by planting that intention, it will help to keep us grounded. There are many wonderful foods and wonderful herbs that we can use to court the energy of the season, and here in Maine it's nearly spring. Well, it is spring, and soon many of those foods and many of those herbs will be much more available to us. So the first thing I always think of is fresh greens. Greens are really cleansing to the body and they help to get our lymph and our blood flowing after a long winter of stagnation. So really looking for delicious salads and fresh greens, maybe even apple cider vinegar, lemon juice in there, just to really give our bodies that waking up that they so long to have. This is also the time of the cycle where we have most energy. So if cooking is something that you're really passionate about, cook wonderful food and put some away so that you can tap into that in the later phases of the cycle during fall and winter when you have less energy to really create and be excited. There are some wonderful herbs that can also nourish the body during this phase, and one of those is lemon balm. Lemon balm is a wonderful nervine. Its botanical name is Melissa officinalis, and so what it does is it helps to soothe the body, settle any kind of anxiety or frustration or nervousness that we're feeling. So lemon balm is a beautiful and very easy to grow herb that you can drink in tea. It has a really nice lemony flavor, and it will both settle the body and the mind, reducing anxiety, but it also has a wonderful impact on our immune system, so it can give us a nice little boost for our immunity as well. It goes really beautifully with honey in tea. Another wonderful herb that's really similar to lemon balm is chamomile. And so chamomile tea, which I'm sure you have all heard of, is really, really settling to our hearts and souls. It's also really wonderful for our digestion. So if we've come out of our menstrual phase and we've been having a little bit of indigestion or just things feeling a little slow or a little strange, chamomile tea can be really beautiful to help both our minds and our stomachs to just relax and soothe and feel a little cleansed. One of the other herbs that I love for this phase of the cycle is nettles. And nettles are one of the first things that will come up in spring that you'll see on the edges of your garden. So you can use nettles in lots of ways. You can of course dry them and make tea. You can also make them into fun things like gnocchi, and you can make them in gnocchi in pastas, And you can eat them in salads, but you do need to blanch them first because they have prickly stingers. So you want to make sure that those are gone before you try and eat them. And you'll know about it if you pick them without gloves on your hands. So lemon balm, chamomile, and nettles are all beautiful herbs to call on at this phase of the cycle. And remember, it's the time where we're going to feel energized and inspired. So dream really big and write down all the ideas and inspiration that is coming to you, and then choose what it is you really want to carry through this cycle, this practice with you. Because we don't want to become overwhelmed and frantic. We want to choose something that we know we can bring into fruition and learn from during the cycle. So stick with your seed that you received during menstruation, plant that in the garden, and watch it grow. Kyla is about to jump on and take you through a beautiful guided practice. And so I wish you all the best and hope that you enjoy your practice today and always. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.
Hello yogis and welcome. So today we're going to do a yoga practice that is particularly appropriate for the spring of our menstrual cycle. So as Gabrielle has just explained, the spring is the time after menstruation when we're coming out of the cave. The spring is beginning, and often this is accompanied by a great deal of energy. So it can be really easy to overdo it at this time of the month. My practice offering today is going to be a slow flow, so strengthening and powerful yet slow. So a reminder to pace yourself during this time. So to begin, let's ground down through our sits bones. You can be up on a block, sitting up on a blanket, or just cross-legged. Rooting down through the sits bones. Send your quiet energy down to the earth. With a gentle inhale, we'll rise from the base of the spine, all the way up through the center of the crown, and let the shoulders rest. Allow the breath to deepen. Let it flow into your belly. Nice and soft. Gentle, grateful breaths up to the mid-back. Nice and slow. Feel your rib cage expand. Natural breath rising to the upper chest. Fill your lungs, let them expand to gentle capacity, and exhale to release. Taking just a few breaths, let the breath and your awareness wash through the body. If you want to bring your attention to an intention for this practice, set an intention, feel free. If you watched our first video, perhaps your intention speaks back to the winter of your cycle. With the next inhale, let's pull our hands up overhead. Stretching up through the fingertips, grow to the heart space, and exhale, let the hands float down to the heart. And deep breath into Om. Inhale, pull the fingers back up to the sky. Take a look to the thumbs. Turning the palms away, imagine opening a light between your hands, clearing your space. Taking the fingertips down beside you, let the chin sink down to the chest. And now if you're up on a block or blanket, let's take that to the side. Let's begin today with a few spinal flexes, taking the heart forward with an inhale, grow into the heart space, and then exhale. Draw back through the shoulders gently. You need to open the upper back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Finding center. Let's draw the shoulders up to the ears. Inhale. Exhale, rest. Inhale, rise. Exhale, rest in a few shoulder circles. Warming up, getting any tension or little cracks out of the shoulders. Oof, I got a little crack into the shoulders today. Let's inhale, pull the hands up overhead, interlace the fingers and press wrist bones up to the sky. Deep breath in. And then turning to the left, gentle twist. Bring out the body. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, forward. We'll release the fingers. Palms to the side walls. Give a gentle press. And opening the shoulders, we'll draw the right arm in front of the body. Grow into your heart as you give a pull. Relaxed breaths. Other side, sweeping the left arm across the body. Gentle. Inhale. And release. We'll take both arms now. Opening backs of the hands toward the back wall. Heart opening, and then exhale. Sweeping palms together. Take a little bow. Inhale and open. Feel the heart expand. Exhale and close. One more time. We'll inhale, open. And exhale. Close it up. Inhale. Again, floating up into the heart. And then exhale. We'll take the palms all the way down to the floor. I'm going to turn to the side. Knees under the hips. Wrist bones under the shoulders. Fingers spread nice and wide. Big hands. Middle fingers point forward. Inhale, gaze to the sky, drop the navel. Exhale, draw the navel back. Gentle cat-cow on your breath. Warming up, waking up. Really enjoy the breath, warming into the motion. We'll inhale back to center, stepping down to the forearms. Elbows directly under the shoulders, feel the palms. Inhale, take the gaze up. This won't be as dramatic of a motion. Exhale, draw the navel back, drop the head down. Inhale, forward and through. Exhale and bow. Inhale, forward and through, waking up the shoulders. Exhale and bow. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. Stepping the right foot back. Let's roll over the toes a little bit, waking up the toe joints. Other side, left toes back. Getting all the little cracks out of the toes. Then we'll tuck the left toes under, send the right toes back, hug the navel into the low spine. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Even weight through the forearms. Balanced weight through the body in this low plank. Waking up, warming up. Maybe hovering those right toes, circling the ankle a little bit, waking up the ankle. Other side. Left ankle. If possible, you can use your knees if you need to. If possible, just step right up, plank position. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears, lengthen forward through the crown, and then shift the hips back, downward dog. Connect through your hands evenly through your feet. We'll press the mat away, open space between your shoulders. Length through the spine, draw the thighs back and relax the head. Feel all of your knuckles. Connect through the pads of the thumbs and the outer wrist bones. And breathe. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, drop the heels. Right foot rises straight up and back to your edge. Three-legged dog, even weight through your hands, quiet through your elbows, stretching long, and then taking a big step up. High lunge. Reaching back through the left inner heel, rising to the fingertips and lengthen. We'll float the fingers forward, coming just an inch up off of the thigh. Connect through the right heel. Balance the weight with the left foot. Inhale all the way up. We'll sink into the left hip, just subtly to square forward. And let's drop the left hand down the back. We'll catch that left elbow and work it over toward the right. Growing into the heart, opening that left side body. And then spinning down the left heel, opening warrior two. Nice quiet right foot. Balance the weight with the left foot, turning the right palm up and lift. Pull it back just to your edge. And then we'll come all the way forward, right forearm to the thigh, left fingers rise and open. Stretch the side body long and then all the way back. Right palm rising, draw your arch. Lift through the fingers as you come back and down. Spinning the left ribs open and stretch. And then we'll spin the left hand down. Onto the ball of the left foot, right fingers rise, and then open the back of the right hand, a little bit of a twist. Moving mindfully. The right hand down, the right foot back, lengthen and plank. And we'll lift the hips back, downward dog, and press. The spring of your cycle, like everything is brand new. We'll inhale, lift to the toes, opening the toe joints nice and even. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, rise to the toes. Exhale, drop the heels and taking the left heel up and back and stretch. Quiet elbows, even weight through the hand. And stepping that left foot through. High lunge, rising to the fingers. And sweeping the hands forward, we'll lift just an inch off of the thigh. Feel the weight in the left heel, balance with the right foot. And rise all the way up to our lunge. Deep, refreshing breath. Taking the right hand down the back, left hand catching the right elbow and give a little gentle pull over toward the left. I'm going to turn my back to you for a moment, spinning down the right heel and open, warrior two. Opening out the left knee, press to the outer blade of the right foot. We'll turn the left palm up and spin it back. Lifting through the fingers, lift to your heart, find your edge, and then shifting forward. Right arm in line with the ear and stretch. Inhale, bring it back. Find your edge. And shift it forward. Right arm in line with the ear and stretch. Deep breath in. Right hand down, we'll spin to the ball of the right foot. Take the left fingers up to the sky and open into our twist. And down. Stepping back, plank position. We'll shift the heart forward, elbows hug the sides, coming all the way down. Pointing the toes back and then peeling up to a very gentle cobra. Reaching back evenly through the toes, the shoulders relax away from the ears, taking the brow down. So it doesn't matter how far you come into Cobra, we're going to come in one more time if that's okay with your low back, just to your edge. Exhale, release. One more time, we'll rise. Hold at the edge of your Cobra. And soften, tucking the toes. Follow your hips back. Downward dog, nice and smooth. Lifting the right heel up and back. Stretching long. Taking a bend to the right knee. And drawing some circles. So maybe you've dedicated this practice to your month's purpose. If that's the case, you're in moving meditation. Let that purpose fill you as you focus on your body and your breath and your motion. Taking the right toes straight back. We'll step it forward and through. We'll sweep the fingers forward and lift. We'll exhale, bring the hands back. We'll inhale all the way up. Grow to your heart. Exhale, the thumbs back and down and reach. Inhale, lift. All the way up. Exhale, fingers back and down. Inhale, we'll step up, draw that left knee up and in. Find your balance if possible. Taking hold of the left knee, drawing it in a little closer to the body. And release. Stepping back, the palms come down, plank position. Shifting the hips, down dog. Taking the left heel up and back, let that left knee bend. Making space in the left hip and then drawing some circles with the knee if that feels good, inviting space in through the hip. So this is different for everyone. This is different hip to hip in the same body. Often very different. Just be patient. You have a lot of cracking and popping and doing circles isn't working for you. Find the tension and breathe to it. Let's take the left toes straight back and stretch. Step it through. High lunge. Sweeping the hands up. And taking the thumbs down, reach it back. Inhale, float it up. Take your time finding your edge. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale and sweep. Exhale, bring it back. Now we're going to take the weight onto the left foot, stepping up and balance. Reaching up through the fingertips. Steady as possible. Taking hold of that right knee and pull, opening up the hip. Here, let's just take both feet down. I'm going to turn and face you. You can stay just at the front of your mat. The feet about hip width apart. The palms come to face. Shoulders relaxed. Feel for your symmetry through the body. Let's reach through the fingers. Keep a flat back as we fold forward. Flat back all the way down and then rounding at the very end. I'm going to hide behind my hood here for a second, going all the way down. Let yourself just flop over the legs. Let the backs of the legs open. Even weight through the heels. Feel the feet meet the earth, and we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time. Feel the spine stack, grow to the heart. Take the palms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. So it's spring. Let's greet our spring sun. Sun salutation. We'll step the toes a little closer together. I'm going to turn sideways because otherwise this is going to be kind of a mess. Inhale and lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight legs flat back. Exhale, release. The palms come down. We'll step the right foot back, drop the knee. Sweep the hands up overhead. Reach back through the right toes and then all the way down, stepping the left foot back. Either knees, chest, chin, or a chaturanga. Elbows hug the sides. Grow cobra or up dog. Roll the hips back, down dog. The right foot steps up and sweep. Hands up overhead and down. Left foot steps up and fold. Reverse swan dive. Exhale. Nice and smooth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Palms down, stepping the left foot back. And rise. And down. Right foot steps back. Plank position. Through transition. If you choose, heart forward, elbows in. Lift cobra or up dog. Roll back, down dog. Left foot steps up. Inhale, lift. And down. Right foot steps up. Big toes together and fold. Reverse and rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Just the same meditative motion. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Symmetry through the body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Palms down. Right foot back. And rise. And down. Left foot back. Heart forward. Pulling through. And lift. Present through your motion. Right foot up. And rise. Left foot up. And fold. Reverse and rise. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Palms down. Left foot back. Inhale and lift. Arching back. Stepping back, plank position. Arc forward through transition. Roll the hips back. Down dog. The left foot steps up and rise. The right foot steps up and fold. Reverse and rise. Exhale, hands to the heart and breathe. Let yourself quiet. Feel your heart. Let's bring the hands all the way up overhead. And then down as if they're resting on a table right in front of you. I'm going to start to bend the knees. So on the toes, we'll bring it down. Hug the navel in. All the way down to balance and drawing the hands to the heart. Let's take a block in some cases. You can come straight down to the floor in other cases. I'm going to take that right hand, in my case, left hand across the body, either to a block or fingertips to the floor and open into our twist. So whatever's available to your body. Growing up into the heart. Growing up through the right fingers. And we'll bring it back. Other side. Right hand over the left leg. Left fingers rise and grow. Cross the heart, send it up to the fingertips. Finding center. Let's shift our weight back. I'm going to turn sideways again so you can see me. Pull the heels in fairly close to the body, taking hold of the fronts of the legs and growing up into the heart. Taking a few deep breaths, connecting through your seat. And then let's take hold of the right foot with both hands. So one hand to the inside and outside of the right foot. We're going to start to kick up through the heel. So maybe your leg is bent like this. Maybe you can bring it straight. If you can bring it straight, start to work that leg in back toward the body a little bit. Maybe you can point to the left toe just a bit so you're in more of a balance here. And maybe drawing the leg in, taking a little bow. Breathe to the back of the right leg. Let your breath roll. One more deep inhale. And release. Let it down. Other side. We'll take hold of both sides of the left foot. Begin to straighten that left leg. Go into the heart and work. Maybe, in some cases, the left leg in toward the body. Maybe you're pointing the right toes. Make sure you're not sinking into the low back and slumping. The spine is long. Welcoming that leg in toward the body. And relaxing it down. We'll come in face center now. Let's take a regular Baddha Konasana. So we're going to take the pads of the feet together, work the heels in toward your body, and interlace the fingers, little basket around the toes. Grow up into the heart. And just take a moment and a few breaths to notice your hips. Relax through your seat. Let the hip joints release your legs. Grow all the way up through the crown. And you can either stay here if this feels wonderful, or you can start to take your heart forward. Should I say wonderful? If that feels like enough of a challenge, that would be another reason to stay there. So maybe taking the elbows to the thighs. If you have a little extra space there, you can work gently, pressing the knees down toward the floor. And then when you find your edge, let yourself bow to your edge. Take the brow down, let the head hang. So the back of the neck is open, the facial muscles slacken. Giving into this fold and just breathe to your low back and your hips. If for some reason you've been sitting a lot, maybe you've got a computer, this probably is going to be a handy stretch. And if you're prone to sciatica, this is a great everyday stretch for your body. And we will lift it back up. And let's turn back over to the side again. We're going to shift back again, this time pointing the toes, lifting into the heart out of the low back, and this time lifting the shins parallel to the floor for boat pose. Since we took it real easy on our core last week, this week we're just saying hello. Checking back in, some gentle strengthening. Maybe for the last breath, you're straightening your legs. My body really likes to shake in this posture. If you can, just hold it through the shake. And gently we'll relax the toes back down. So I'd like to offer an inversion to celebrate the fact that we're no longer on our moon if you're practicing along with your own cycle. I'm going to go up into headstand myself, but feel free to do any number of things yourself. So you can, if you're just feeling like relaxing today, you can take your legs up the wall, your low back to the floor just in front of the wall and release. Just let the blood drain from your legs. You can come into a dolphin pose, which is just down on your elbows, hinge your hands forward, lift the hips as if you're in downward dog. If you want to follow along the steps for headstand, it doesn't mean you have to come all the way into headstand. You might want to have a wall handy, just in case you don't want to flip all the way over. Coming into headstand, we're going to catch the outer elbows. So the hands hold the outsides of the elbows, and that's going to be the distance apart we want to keep our arms. Rooting down through the elbows there and then hinging the hands forward. Interlace the fingers and open the hands so you can take the back of your head, supported by the hands, the crown of your head to the floor. As you bring your head to the floor, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, lots of space. You're going to tuck the toes under. Lift the hips. You can stay right here or maybe walk the toes in a little bit closer. Start to feel the hips coming up over the body. Maybe you can take one foot up. Just play around like this. Maybe you can take both feet up. Back of the neck long. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Perhaps if you have a strong base, you don't feel like your shoulders are in danger of closing in, you don't feel like the back of the neck is compressed, you can take the toes up. And try to find that steady center if you've come all the way up into your headstand. Maybe the legs come wide. Any variations you like, if it's safe and if you feel steady. Any nice hip openers available. If you like headstand today and you want to stay here and play, feel free. If you're ready to come down, or out of whatever inversion you are enjoying right now, come on down. I'm going to take my hands alongside the body, rest my brow to the floor for 3 deep breaths. Rocking a little across the brow, back and forth. Hands together at the low back, interlacing fingers, pressing the palms together, and then beginning to lift the fingers up toward the sky. The shoulders move closer together across the back, stretching long, and then a little shift again side to side if that feels okay. Reaching back through the fingers. Inhale and flow up into the heart. Exhale, bring it down. Shifting over to one hip. Let's sweep the legs out in front. Scoot the hips forward and come down to the back. Hugging the knees in. Relax the head back. Let go of any tension in the face or brow. Take a little shift side to side. Turning circles with the knees. Reverse. And then we'll do a little bit of a nice slow core exercise here, drawing the nose up toward the knees. Then with an inhale, lengthening the body, so either hovering the hands and feet over the floor if you're feeling strong, or you can take them all the way down if you need a little bit of relaxation on that. Inhale, and then we'll exhale, drawing back into our tucks. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Tuck. So smooth as you move. Sink to the low back, the core engaged and strong. Complete your breath. Smooth through the motion. I'm going to count 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretching long and then hugging the knees in and relax the head back. One more time, a shift side to side. Extending the left leg long, hug the right knee in. Feel a good squeeze, thigh to belly. We're going to take the left hand to the right knee and guide the right knee across the body just to your edge. You can have a block to support the knee on the side if that feels good. You can take the right hand out long and look over the right fingers, but now make sure the right shoulder hasn't come up off of the floor. Bring it all the way back and down. Let that be the edge of your twist. Maybe turning your gaze to look over the right fingertips. Breathe in your twist. Let your body give in and soften to the floor. Softening the brow, the jaw, the throat. Wringing out along the spine, opening space between the right ribs. One more full body breath. We'll roll that knee back to center. Give a squeeze. Take the right toes up to the sky and guide the right leg down with control. Other side, we'll hug the left knee into the body. The right hand guiding the left knee across. Sink back into the left shoulder, maybe extending those fingers. Take a look over the left fingertips. Quiet and settle into your twist. Feel gravity working on the body. Breathe space into the left side body and the ribs. One more deep breath through your body. And then release. We'll draw that left leg back to center. Give a squeeze. Extend the left toes to the sky. Guide the left leg down. And now, I invite you to take the arms up overhead and catch opposite elbows. I'm going to walk my elbows over to the right. So my shoulders are both in contact with the floor here, but there's a bend to my body, and then I'm going to walk both of my feet over to the right as well. So it's a deep left side body opening. And then if you want to add just a little bit more to this posture, you can take the left leg over the right, left foot over, crossing at the ankles, deepening the posture, and then release once you're in position. So if you find that you can go a little deeper into this stretch, you can inch your way over, either with the heels or the shoulders. But once you've found your edge, giving in, feel the breath bring space through the left side body, all the way down, through the hip, through the leg. One more good breath here. And we'll gently uncross, step it back. This can be done as a yin posture as well for much longer hold, but for today and our purposes, I'm going to keep it fairly short. If you really like this one, as always, pause the video and enjoy. So we're going to walk back over to the left. Take the right foot, if it feels good, across the left, crossing ankles. When you found your position on this side, sinking back to the shoulders. Sinking to all points of contact with the earth. Opening that right side body. Two more breaths, long, slow, and patient. One more deep inhale. And release. We'll step it back to center. And take hold of the outsides of the shins and draw the legs down, or to the outer blades of the feet, drawing into happy baby, whatever feels good to you, and maybe rocking out the spine a little bit. Relax, release. And then as you're ready, taking out the last poses, postures, or motions you'd like, I'm going to grab my socks. If you want something warmer, to put a blanket over your body for Shavasana, please feel free. Make yourself very comfortable. And Shavasana. I'm going to put my hood up as a little pillow here. Relax back. We're going to take the shoulders down away from the ears. Turn the palms up beside you. Let the toes flap out to the sides. And just feel the gentle weight of your body giving in to the earth. Relax, release. Let all tension drain from your body. Feel the points of contact, the full weight of your head and your eyes and your brow, your cheeks and your jaw. Relaxed open throat and chest and belly. Hips and pelvis release, the legs give in. Imagine yourself now sinking back into the floor. Imagine the floor particleize and accept your weight. And feel yourself float. No resistance. Let it all go. And continuing to deeply relax as you rest. Integrating this gentle practice. Maybe not all of it was so gentle, but this reasonably gentle practice. Absorbing the springtime of your cycle. And if there's no technological barriers, we meet before tomorrow. We're celebrating Beltane. And happy spring to all. So please feel free to stay right here at rest for as long as you would like. And when you're ready to come up, begin by slowly deepening the breath. And then rolling over to one side. And then pressing your way up to sit. You do come up to sit, I recommend taking a few breaths to integrate your practice. Integrate the Shavasana and the restfulness of Shavasana. And then with a deep breath, let's pull the hands to the heart. You may not be doing this with me. I'll just sing to you if you're listening. Deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you and be well.